So, allow me to be very hypocritical for a second. When you're doing upholstery work like this, it is very important to test your materials and make sure that they're all going to work together. Something that I neglected to do until my mom was like, hey, maybe you should go outside and test that out and make sure it works. So we're going to be doing a little test out here. I've got a piece of my foam. This is Silas sound deadening foam. I bought this for putting behind the plastic panels to put them back on. That way there's some more sound deadening in there. I also bought it to put on top of the kill mat on the roof and wherever else I can fit it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two tests. I'm going to do a single spray adhesion where I only spray the foam and I adhere the fabric to the foam. I'm also going to do a double adhesion where I spray the fabric and I spray the foam and then I adhere them together. Now this is the 3M Super 77 foam spray. This is like industry standard for foam adhesion, but again, you never know what's going to work and what's not going to work. So test it. Don't be me. Don't do that. Test it. So here we go. We're going to go over here. And the way we're going to do this is I'm going to spray all of the foam and I'm only going to spray a part of the fabric. And the reason I'm going to spray more of the fabric than I'm actually going to glue to is because I want to see on the other side if the glue comes through at all. So let's give that a shot. I'm going to switch it over to this side because that side had a little glue on the other side. Because this is not the first time I filmed this segment. I screwed up the first time. So, it says shake very well. 6 to 8 inches away. And we're just going to do a, what did it say? What was the specific term? Uniform coat of adhesion. So that should do. It's a uniform coat of adhesion. And then for this, I'm just gonna spray the side here. And I'm only gonna do about half of this. So I'm gonna stop about right where this is, right? So there we go. Let's hit this bottom section as well. So now I can test this and I'll be able to see on the other side if the glue soaks through, yada, yada, yada. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wait until this is tacky before you bond it. So you're supposed to do a knuckle test. This is all read directly off the can, so you can, none of this is special information. Don't pretend I'm smart. Don't pretend I'm stupid either, because I know how to read a can. So, you're supposed to tap it with your knuckle. If it comes off on your knuckle, it's too wet. If you tap it with your knuckle and it's tacky, it's sticky, but it stays on this surface, that means it's ready to be bonded. So if I tap it right now, it's too wet. You can see how it came off. Yeah, too wet. So I have to wait a little bit, and then once it's tacky, ugh, gross. Once it's tacky, I'll let it go. As you can see, tacky but stays on this surface. Tacky but stays on this surface, which means they're ready to be bonded now. So I'm gonna lay it down, and it says apply firm pressure. Then wait 30 seconds, give it some time to dry, and it should be good. So now I've got a single bonded deal over here where it was just sprayed on the fabric. I've got double bonded over here, and I've got glue sprayed on the fabric here, so when we flip it over after it's fully dried, I can see if that glue soaked through. Exciting things. Very sunny looking. Very sunny disposition. Oh my God, am I even speaking English? What is, who, what, where, when, why, how? This is what happens when you live in a foreign country for 3 years. So, still need to put the mirrors back in. Need to just like cut the X there and get those popped in. Need to finish up some little finer details around these, but they're pretty much done. Had to patch this one because it got cut too low. But other than that, all the seams are nice and straight. And they look real clean. And we'll get the mirrors in, and then I've got blue sun visors. And the next thing to do is figure out where I'm going to put this padding on the rear door card insert to make it a little bit more comfortable. I was thinking of not putting it on the entire deal, but just putting it on a strip going down here and then tapering off at the end here. And I think that's going to be the best bet, because I don't want to bring it in too much. I still want people to be able to comfortably put their elbow here. Not that it's much of a comfortable elbow rest, but you know, I want to make what's there nice. And then once I have the foam laid down here, I'll use a razor blade box cutter to kind of shave it and make sure it fits here, angle the back edge of it, and then the front of it will just get pulled down and pulled tight when the fabric gets glued on, and then it'll get glued around so it'll hold a nice tight corner there. And then we're also going to run a line of stitching probably down this edge here and then off the back there straight maybe. And if we come around here, it's going to get elbow rubs. So like, I feel like we should go off straight, but I don't know. That might look a little funky. So we'll see. But working on that, I'm going to get the foam on here and then going to go from there. Luckily, the stitching will give us a way to hide the edge of the foam right here. So that stitched edge, which I'm going to do French seams on, the ones where it's like center and then either side of it is a split row. That'll give us another option there. So, yeah. All right, as you can see, number one, done. Yeah, so got a little shallow back here, but I think it'll be okay. It doesn't mess with the line too much. If you can see down the line there, doesn't mess with it too bad. Shaved the outer edge here. Beveled the inner edge, stuck that down first, then moved away to the rest of it. Cut the handhole out last. This is sound deadening foam, so should make it quieter too, I guess, maybe, we'll see. And the fabric will just get glued over this. There will be a seam that will run down this beveled edge, so any of that little stuff will not be shown. And then the beveled edge will also be pushed flat. Right now it's not pushed flat because there's no glue under the beveled bit, because I beveled, you know, this stuff with no glue, but it will be cut flat. So yeah. All right, on to the next one. here's where we get into some experimentation. So this has a slight bit of foam backing on it, but it's super, super old because, you know, the car is a 2003. It's also got, you know, human slime where your elbow sits and just, it's generally old. I'd like to replace it with this foam. I don't know how well that's gonna go. I don't know how easy it's gonna be to remove this. So I'm gonna experiment by trying what I did with the other ones, and I'm gonna cut a line here and remove all of the old fabric and foam from the armrest area, recovered in this, and go from there. If that doesn't work, I'll end up having to just strip the entire panel and get a, you know, wire brush or something and get all the foam off. So, wish me luck.